Hi, it's Kim Beasley, your small business Google coach again from Pamper My Business. Woo! Today, once again, I'm sharing a topic that I really love, and that's PMB Nuggets. And for the PMB Nuggets today, I'm going to focus on covering one of the podcasts. Yes, I said podcast. I do a podcast. And the title of the podcast is Innovative Ways to Use Google for Your Small Business. And a fun fact about a note about Google, whether it's showing up when people search, growing your customer base, or streamlining how you run your business, we can show, when I say we, me and my team, can show you how to reach your next goal. Meaning, you can run your whole business, yes, your whole business using Google. Before I go any further, I want to encourage you to subscribe or like us. I am live streaming right now to Facebook and to YouTube at the same time, and I'm using StreamYard. And so I want to encourage you, like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. So now let's get into some frequently asked questions, which I love to do on our PMB Nuggets. So the first one is drum roll. Okay, I don't have drum roll sound effects. Sorry about that. But the question is, what are some Google products that you recommend I use to streamline my business? Well, I have what I call Google Five, and they are Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and Google Forms. So that's five. Google Drive is kind of the house that holds all the different files that you may create using Google products. Docs is just like it's a word processing tool. Sheets, spreadsheets, slides, presentations, and then you have forms also that you can create that work with your sheets to capture information from people when you want to do a survey or a questionnaire. And these are easy to use tools which will help you get your small business organized, streamlined, and it's also easy to share with your teams and your clients. I use Google Suite, which is the paid version of the Google products in my business, and I've been doing it since about 2015, and I love it. I have control, and I say complete control over my entire Google Suite. So if someone comes on my team, I add them. If they leave, I delete them. And when I delete them, it moves all the work that they've worked on over under my account as the administrator. Now, these aren't the only Google products available, but they are the top ones that I recommend that you should be using in your business so you can be flexible and organized, and you can even do work on the go. Woo-hoo. The second question that I have been asked about Google products is how can I optimize my business website with Google? Oh, wow. That's another big, vast topic. I'm going to try to whittle it down and not get too technical. Google has many tools that you can use to optimize your website. And the ones I'm going to mention are ones that are like the favorite ones that you may want to kind of dabble in. The first one you must be the first two I'll say you should definitely use with your website, and that's Google Search Console, which tells you what's happening on your website before people get to your website. Google Analytics, which tell you what happens on your website once people get to your website, and it tells you where their what pages they're leaving off of. And Tag Manager is another tool that you can use that allows you to insert code into your website without having to do a lot of techie stuff on your website. I'm trying to keep it simple and not get too technical. Optimize allows you to optimize your website. You can run what I call A/B testing and some other things where you have it set up. If someone goes to a URL, you can direct them to different pages just from that initial URL to kind of see what type of reaction you can get on the different versions of a page. So that's what Optimize kind of lets you do. And I'm giving you a very high level of all these products and trying to keep it not being too technical. The last product I'll mention, Google My Business. Oh my goodness. If you're not using Google My Business, you should. And you don't have to have a brick and mortar or a local place of business to use Google My Business. You can have a virtual business. Yes, there's a way to set up Google My Business to where you don't have to have your home address showing if you work from home. These tools can all work together, so it's easier to optimize your website and see results of your work and what's going on. Okay, so the last question is, why should I optimize my website anyway? Uh, do you want to get found in search? Bingo! Optimize your website. If you don't optimize your website for your target customers, they won't be able to find you on search. And when I say search, I'm not just talking about Google. I'm also talking about Bing or DuckDuckGo. These are different search engines, and there are many more, but these are some of the top ones. And you want to be found for your keywords because there are different results in different search engines. And optimizing your website with Google tools, the correct keywords will rank your website higher on search engines. I know that for my title, small business small small business Google coach, I am right on the first page. Been there since maybe the first or second week after I started optimizing my website for that title. I come up first on LinkedIn for that title, and optimization of your website and your social media are very important. And keywords, you gotta decide which ones you want to use, and you can do keyword research using one of my favorite tools, Ubersuggest. That's kind of a little bonus for you. Uh, if your target customers can find you, they'll be able to buy from you, and you can make sales. And not only that, you can encourage them to become loyal buyers. Plus, new customers will be able to find you and help you grow your business by what? Telling others about your services. I know I talk a lot with my hands. That's because I'm very expressionable and I love what I'm doing and I do what I love. So this this podcast that I was just talking about, these tips from the podcast, you can find this by going to pampermybusiness.com/1NL1. That's where you can find you can listen to the podcast and you can find all of the information about the show notes and additional links and resources that are mentioned in the podcast. You can find all of that, innovative ways to use Google for your small business. You can find that podcast at pampermybusiness.com/1NL1. And once again, I'm Kim Beasley, your small business Google coach, coming at you with PMB Nuggets for Pamper My Business.